Wait till I tell you the morning I have had, and it is only 5 to 8. So we woke up this morning and nothing with the socket worked or works still. We have light, as you can see, that's no problem, and our oven works, but basically no other appliance or product works in our house that has a socket. I have no idea why. We have tried the fuse box, and I'm sure it has a technical term. I'm going to call it the socket fuse because that's all I can know it by right now. The main socket fuse for the entire house is down and it will not go up. We have unplugged everything and it still won't go up. So obviously it's still too early for me to call an electrician. We reckon a fuse has blown in that breaker. Of course we don't know for sure, but that's our working theory. And hopefully there will be an electrician available at some point today to come out and sort it out, hopefully. I have a couple of numbers already picked out of local people and fingers crossed one is available. But of course it would happen on the day that you are getting up to film yesterday's Vlogmas, because as you will have seen in, I think it was like day 17, I was quite sick by the end of the day and I basically took most of yesterday off and just, let's call it, recovered. I'm feeling much better, thank God. But today I literally had decided, okay, I'm going to get up with James and I am going to power through 3 sort of major tasks that I need to get done this side of Christmas because I'm running out of time. One of them being, so I'm a judge for the Weddings Online Awards. I have been doing this on and off since the start of the awards, and I'm supposed to submit my judging by the 4th of January. So I still have plenty of time, but it takes a long time. I have a lot of entries to go through and you need to go through several things, mark them, you know, it's an involved process. It generally takes, it generally takes me about 4 to 5 hours to do it in total. And I just decided, okay, today's the day. You're just gonna sit down and you're just gonna do it all and send it all off and it'll be done before Christmas and you won't have to think about it in the new year. It's now looking like, unless the guy comes out super early, that I won't be able to do it this side of Christmas because the rest of the days are just jam-packed. The other things weren't as important to do before Christmas, but they would have been good to do before Christmas. So I genuinely have no idea what way today's vlog is gonna go. And yesterday you didn't really get one at all. So I apologize. I am gonna get ready for the day. I'm gonna try and stay positive. Phone these guys in an hour at 9 AM. Fingers crossed. My hope, this is my hope, either that somebody can come out really quickly or that they can come out in the latter end of the day. And if that's the case, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab my laptop and a few things and either go to a coffee shop or to my parents or my brother or somewhere and do that kind of work and then come back and meet the electrician and hopefully, fingers crossed, he can fix whatever needs to be fixed. So yeah, first things first, I'm just gonna get dressed, put my face on and kind of prepare that way. I think that's the most sensible thing to do today. It's 8:47 and I feel like I should just go back to bed. Oh, hold on. I am unbelievably cranky, and I think it's just because everything is just getting to me. Just the irritation and annoyance of this. And I'm hungry. I'm awake since 6:15 and I'm only eating now. And I think that's part of the problem, that I am starving. And I'm pissed off, and oh, yeah, I'm sorry, this is just a rant. It's a rant minute. Everybody needs one every now and then. Yeah. I really hope this is not going to be a bad day. Well, or it's not that it's a bad day, a frustrating day, that you're just not able to do all of the things you had hoped and planned to do. Life. Sorry. So, luckily, the electrician is available, and he's hoping to get to me between 11 and 1, which leaves me in the precarious sort of situation of, it is now 9:30. Do I go to a coffee shop and do some work? Or do I stay here? There are a couple of things I could do here in the hope that he's earlier rather than later, because if he came at sort of like between 11 and 12 and it took him, we'll say, an hour to figure out what the problem was and fix it, by 1 I could have a quick lunch, and then I would have, you know, enough time to do the lion's share of the judging and maybe a few other things I had hoped to do today. Because my theory is I will go to a coffee shop and he'll phone and he'll be like, oh yeah, I can be there in 5 minutes. I'm like, oh, I'm 15 away, you know, and he'll like, oh, okay, well, I'll go on to someone else, you come home. And then he's hours at the somebody else. Maybe I'll just wait. That might be the safest thing to do. This shirt is actually really annoying me. I love this shirt, but it's more of a do nothing in me shirt, and because I haven't been able to do anything other than kind of clean, I've been cleaning in it. So I think I might just get changed into kind of comfier clothes and do a few like DIY things that don't require me to have a plug socket. So I noticed there's a few bulbs out, so I'm going to replace those and maybe do the recycling and like boring stuff like that that you put off. I think that's probably the best bet, and hope for the best that he comes early. Wish me luck, fingers crossed. In order to have a cup of coffee, I'm having to boil water in a saucepan. That is what my life is reduced to right now. I have a terrible headache, and I don't know whether or not it's tiredness and sort of frustration, or if it's the kind of the cold that I was getting that seems to have stopped, although my nose is running. It's 5 to 11. I'm hoping. I've actually achieved a lot of like bitty little kind of things this morning that the lack of socket electricity has forced me to do. Like, I've replaced all the bulbs I can replace that had gone. I've cleaned some lights. I finished a couple of like neighbor cards that I hadn't written. I went to the post office to post the last, I promise, the last of my Christmas cards. And yeah, I finished wrapping the gifts. So my brother and his fiance adopted 2 gorgeous kitties about a month, 6 weeks ago. And so when I was buying my pets their Christmas presents, I couldn't resist. So I got them some little treats as well. So I've just wrapped them up. Oh my God, you should have, they were all around me. I wish I'd had the camera. Who is that? Oh no, that's my brother. I wish I'd had the camera when I was wrapping the wheels on Isis the Egyptian god. Just to clarify, if anybody knows my brother, they'll know he's obsessed with Egypt. They were all around me when I was wrapping the presents. I felt really bad because they're like, oh, we want to play with those, but they have similar. So they do. So I got those things done. I'm gonna have a cup of coffee because, as I say, I've got, I don't know if it's a headache, or, although if it is a headache, I'm gonna have some water first, then a coffee to judge me up. I'm hoping, optimistically, that the electrician is gonna be here soon. Within the hour is like, would be ideal. And then I think it's gonna be a super quick fix for him. I think the fuse in the breaker for that line is just gone, and hopefully he will be able to replace that and be on his merry way, and I will be able to get down. So what I'm going to do is like tag team a couple of things that I want to get done. So as I said, one of the big things is the judging, and the second big thing, ooh, my water's bubbling over. The second big thing is some ironing. So what I figure is I'm going to do it 20 minutes a piece. I'm going to judge for 20 minutes, iron for 20 minutes, and go backwards and forwards. That way, because the judging can be quite monotonous. Like, you're just looking through the entry, the website, their social media, the whole lot, giving each thing a score. So it's very easy to do, but it can be monotonous. So if I break it up like that, it might go quicker. And at least by the end of the day, I will have achieved, you know, part of both, which would be great. Not to have to face into either or, start to finish, would be wonderful if I have to do it another day. So yeah, I'm gonna make some coffee. Update on the electric situation. I was gonna say the plumber, the electrician has been, and he is fairly sure that it's one of 3 appliances in our kitchen that's causing the problem. It's either the kettle, the microwave, or the fridge. He slightly suspects that it's the fridge due to the age and so on, which is a complete bummer. I've switched out my kettles. I had an older kettle that was still fine and stuff. I had bought a rose gold kettle to match the new kitchen, the new decor in the kitchen. My other kettle was fine. In fact, it was only a few months old. So I switched back to that one because it is less used and a slightly better model, just in case it was the kettle, but I kind of know myself it's probably the fridge. So, Santa, bring me a new fridge. Most of the day has kind of gone. I'm nowhere near where I wanted to be, but I am trying desperately to catch up. I have realized, accepted, I'm not going to get the judging done today. Hold on there 1 sec. Hi, come in. Come on. This is one side. This is the other side. Come on, Ferdinand. Come on. No? You're not coming in? Sometimes he does it. I have a pounding headache, so I'm gonna have another lancet. I'm also going to try and do as much ironing as I can. It is now 4:30. I have completed one task that I really needed to get done today, which was sorry. I've completed one task today, which was the grocery list for tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going Christmas grocery shopping with my brother. We do this every year. The two of us primarily look after the groceries in our houses, and so every Christmas we go to a location that has 4 different stores that we like to go to. We do our main shop in one of them, and we visit the other 3 to get specific items. So we are doing that tomorrow. It pretty much takes the whole day. Like, we kind of do it leisurely. We have coffees, we have lunch out and such, and then I drop him home with his stuff. So that's tomorrow. So I have my grocery lists done, I have my coupons together, and I have my vouchers together, and we have already kind of coordinated what vouchers or what coupons he has and he's not using, and vice versa. And we have some we each have some vouchers that we'll kind of like save money on too. So yeah, I'll be glad to get that out of the way. And I'm so excited. I am getting one of my Christmas presents early. James, remember I said earlier in Vlogmas that James gives the best Christmas presents, hands down. Well, this year, like, he's completely blown me away. So last week, as you know, I was very upset, and James knew all I wanted was for him to stay home, but of course he's got to work, and it's a really busy time for him. Like, he works in e-commerce, and he's, you know, in charge of a department, and so I knew and he knew he couldn't stay home. But he told me about one of my Christmas presents, which he was trying to keep a secret, and he had done for months. So basically, James, we had already sort of decided and agreed when James would take his Christmas holidays, but he's actually taken a couple of extra days holidays to spend with me as like a Christmas present or a Christmas surprise, I suppose. And I am just so excited, and I was so blown away when he told me last week. He said, look, I can't stay home with you now, but I have taken extra holidays at Christmas, so my Christmas holidays actually start earlier than you think they do. Like, honestly, as lovely as it is to receive gifts of like material kind, like, that's lovely, and the thought that he will put into those, I know he will, but like, it was just like, I'm tearing up now. This is how much it means to me that he is taking extra days holidays, because he knows like that I will love it. Like, obviously, well, I hope he enjoys spending time with me too, but it was just the most thoughtful thing. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. The one thing in the world I love is spending time with James. You know, it's just my favorite thing to do. He is so much fun. We don't even have to be doing anything particular at all. I just love being with him, and like, that this is one of my Christmas presents is so cool. Yeah, oh god, sorry, complete moron. But yes, I am going to have a lemon sip and do some ironing.